end, Paddington decided to do what Mr. Brown always did with the family suitcase when they went on holiday. He stood on the lid. The saucepan was now so heavy, Paddington wasn't at all sure how he managed to get it back onto the stove. But he was so worn out, he didn't really care. After mopping his brow with a tea towel, he sat down in the middle of the kitchen floor and closed his eyes. A few seconds later, some loud snores added themselves to the sound of bubbling stew. Paddington wasn't sure how long he slept, but he woke with a nasty feeling that he wasn't alone. Something was in the room with him, and it was getting nearer and nearer. Just as he began to think that perhaps he was in the middle of a nightmare, there was a loud crash from the direction of the stove, and something rolled across the floor towards him. Paddington was a brave bear at heart, but he didn't stay to see what it was. Instead, he beat a hasty retreat in the direction of the garden. He felt it would be better to investigate the matter from the other side of the window. It wasn't until much later that morning that Mr. Brown happened to look out of the bedroom window. As he did so, he gave a start. "That's funny," he exclaimed. "There's a big white thing in the garden. Come and have a look. I'm sure it wasn't there just now." Mrs. Brown joined her husband at the window. Sure enough, standing in the middle of the rockery was a large white object. "Whatever can it be, Henry?" she asked. "Do you know what it is, Paddington?" asked Mr. Brown, as the door opened and a small figure in a duffel coat came into the room, carrying a tray laden with food. "Perhaps it's a snowball, Mr. Brown," said Paddington innocently. "In midsummer?" exclaimed Mrs. Brown. "Well, whatever it is," said Mr. Brown, "those birds don't seem to think much of it. I think one of them has just broken its beak." "In that case," said Paddington hastily, as he placed the tray between the two beds, "I think you should hurry up and eat yours before it sets." Mr. and Mrs. Brown exchanged glances. "Before it sets," repeated Mr. Brown. "I don't like the sound of that." "Neither do I," agreed Mrs. Brown nervously. "Well," said Paddington, playing for time while the others got back into bed, "I'm afraid I've been having trouble with my dumplings. But don't worry, I've got some spare mixture. It's under my... Oh dear." "Now, what's the matter?" asked Mr. Brown. For some strange reason, Paddington seemed to be having trouble taking his hat off. "Well," gasped Paddington, "you may want some seconds, Mr. Brown, and I wouldn't want to disappoint you. There's nothing worse than being without dumplings, especially when you're ill." There are other stories in this series about Paddington. They are Paddington Weighs In, Paddington in Touch, Paddington and Aunt Lucy.